Okay. This is a recording about your final paper, all about you. And I'm making sure I screen shared the right one. There we are. Share. So it says all about you right here. It's about your academic, your personal, and your career. Describes your self-improvement from being here at Brookline. Okay? This is going to help you for your rest of your life almost. This is a good Christmas present or a Hanukkah present or a Ramadan present, if they give Ramadan presents, I don't know. Or just something to give to your parents, give to your spouse, and to your family. Especially if you make a presentation, take your time on this. This is supposed to be fun. And if you give it as a gift, it's creating bridges between you and whoever you give this to. And it's telling yourself, even if you don't give it to anybody, you're taking time on yourself to develop, to improve yourself. And that's what I think this course is really about. So you're going to first start, it's going to be about setting academic, personal, and career choices and how you've improved. It's a reflection, and you're making it final. So you're first going to start out as academia. And we're going to talk about SMART goals, more likely in week 13. So that's the other, we're going to learn how to make decisions with ABCs, 5 C's, scientific method, and the starter. So you're going to earn points again. Now I have an intro and a conclusion to academia, right? So why I do that is so that you have a conclusion to academia, you have a conclusion to your career, and you have a conclusion to your personal life. And then you have just a huge one that just binds all 3 of those aspects of your life together, right? So you take the academia, you set your goals. What process did you decide for paying your education? Did you take in consideration all this other stuff that you need, books, laptop, printer, paper, gas, such food, and your study time? And have you also did the course, how has this course affected your decision making? So what is your stress level in academia? Maybe you have a stress level because you're taking organic chemistry. I don't know if as nurses you have to do that, or you're taking calculus, or you're taking what's the pathology, pharmaceutical pathology. Those are some pretty heavy courses. So just explain your stress level. Can you improve the fun that you're having in academia? You can develop relationships. We could have a party. We could go somewhere and we can't now, but we could meet, have more Zoom meetings, something like that. What are your good habits in regards to academia? You study every hour, not every hour, but you study on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays from the hours of 6 to 8 at night, while your significant other is putting the children to bed. Maybe you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to study before anybody wakes up. Good habits, right? Did you have any new habits that will help you be successful in academia? You're going to turn into a lifelong, I should be looking at the camera more, lifelong learner. Maybe you're going to do continuing ed in just not pediatric nursing, pediatric dentistry. You're going to do neo-pediatrics, meaning you're going to understand the brain of children, and you're going to look under that. That would go into new academic goals and stuff like that. That's pretty easy. That's one. Then you make a conclusion. Then you're going into your career. What process again that you decided on your career? That's almost like the other paper we talked about. There you go. Did you make a decision on the extra costs? That's kind of like up here, but that pertained to academia and driving to Brookline. This is maybe you decided to take a career at Mayo's and you live on the south side and you have to drive either to Fountain Hills or here or whatever, something like that. Okay, so you go through those decision makings, your good habits on your career. Your career is that a good habit would be is that you are constantly washing your hands in between patients, that kind of stuff. Now here's your personal life. What if you do not want to share with me what you made decisions on in your personal life or your goals? Maybe you have a private one. How will I grade that? You know, if you really want to do it that way and you want to tell me that it's too private for you to explain it, that's okay with me. Just put in here, this is private. So it's like 30 points. I want to keep my life private from you. I don't want to explain it to you. Just remember, I once was a youth minister that took confessions because I was a Catholic youth minister. I never said any of my high school, never talked about them. Never will if you write it down on paper, but you may not want it. So just put, this is too private. What are you asking me? So what happens is instead of these 30 points here, these 30 points come up here. So I would add them, divide them up, 15 more here and 15 more here, so that you make up these 30. This is basically for you. It's not for me. I don't want to know your personal lives. I have enough time with my own personal life. So it's not that I want to pry. This is for you, all right? I'm not a psychologist. I'm not judgmental. I'm in the middle for everything. My life experiences have taught me stay in the middle. So whatever you want to do, submit it on time. You cannot submit this paper late. I won't grade it, and you'll minus the 100 points, the whole thing. Submit it on time gives you 10. You just get a 0. Okay, so if you don't submit it on time, which is when Brookline closes for this semester, I forgot what day, it's in December, you just lose the points. Okay, so maybe you already have an A going and you don't want to do this paper. That's perfectly fine with me. So this is, do I have any questions about this paper? Could just be a PowerPoint? Yeah. Would it be more fun to make a PowerPoint? Yes. Would it be fun to show your spouse, significant other, your parents, your PowerPoint? I think so. Would it be good just to talk during your PowerPoint, have a voice overlay? Yes, it would be fun. Some people have fun doing that. I really don't, as you can see. But okay, so is there anything else that you need to talk about here? Anything in this paper at all? I would say that's a no. Okay, there's nobody in chat, so it's a no. It's a pretty good paper. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to put on a couple of TED Talks, record them. We'll take a break around 2:25 to 2:35, and then we'll end the class right after. Soon after that, we'll do another TED Talk. TED Talk is on funny decision making and creativity. Because when you decide to be creative, you're having fun. It's a decision to be creative. So I think this is something that will be to your advantage. Any questions? Any interactions?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you for answering. Sometimes I feel so alone in my office here, just my room. You know, when nobody talks. It's okay. I don't mean to have you feel guilty or anything. So there's some good TED Talks that I did find. So we're going to do the first one. I saved them all on Chrome. And this one is from Elizabeth Gilbert. And it is in more than, I've listened to it before. It has like 20 million people have viewed it. That's why it is one of the good, it's telling you that you're a genius. So I'm going to put this new share. We're going to share it to, it's sharing already according to what I have. Is that true? Oh, no, we'll put it up here. I need to hear. If you cannot hear it, tell me. I'm going to put closed captions on. They're going to be on in English. And then it goes to
So I am a writer. Writing books is my
Uh-oh. Okay, so that is, we're gonna take that off. Now we're going to take off the screen share. So that was interesting. In other words, in healthcare, you don't want to share that anymore. Share over here. Share. In healthcare, your job may just feel frustrating. And that's the point that I want to make. Don't let it be frustrating. All of you are geniuses. All of you have some creativeness in you. And if it's in healthcare, the way you're treating a patient, your job may be too much one day and you think, oh, I just can't do it, but you're creative. Get through it. There's one more chat. Okay. Okay, no questions, Alyssa. All right, so we're going to take a break until 2:30, and I'll see you when you get back, okay? So I'm going to pause the recording, check back in at 2:30.
One of my English teachers, I love Marion, named Mr. Fisk. He had a great quote that said, rest at the end, not in the middle. And that's something I always live by. You know, I'm not going to rest. I'm going to keep on pushing now. There are a lot of answers that I don't have, even questions that I don't have. But I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going, and I'll figure these things out as it go, right? And you just continue to build that way. So that, I try to live by that all the time. And what brings you the most joy right now? Being with my family. Really? That is, man, that is the most fun. It's just, you know, it's hanging out with them all summer, being able to like do things that I ordinarily couldn't do. Yeah. Because of training, because of season and stuff like that. So being around them and watching Bianca grow up, because there are a lot of things that I miss with Natalia and Gianna because I was playing. So being there every day with them is so much fun, man. So it brings me the most joy. What does love feel like? Happiness is such a thing. I would describe love as happiness. I think I describe it as a beautiful journey. You know, it has its ups and downs, right? Whether it's in marriage, whether it's in the career, you know, things are never perfect. But through love, you continue to persevere. You move through them. You move through them. And then through that storm, beautiful sun emerges. Yeah. Right? And inevitably another storm comes. And guess what? You ride that one out too. Yeah. So I think love is a certain determination and persistence to go through the good times and the bad times with someone or something that you truly love. My parents were great. You know, growing up, they instilled in me the importance of imagination, of curiosity, understanding that, okay, if you want to accomplish something, I'm not just going to sit here and say, yes, you can do whatever you want. Yes, you can, but you have to also put in the work to get there, right? So they taught me that at a really early age, man. And when you grow up as a kid thinking that the world is your oyster, all things are possible if you put in the work to do it, you grow up having that fundamental belief. Hey guys, have you seen these new Zeus rings by Groove Life? The Zeus ring is actually 3 rings in one. It's got the stylish outer band.
Sorry about that.
My mom was there on a daily basis. My father was really influential at a really critical time where I had a summer where I played basketball when I was like 10 or 11 years old in a very prominent summer league in Philadelphia called the Sunny Hill League. My father played, my uncle played, and they were like all-time greats. Yeah. Stuff. Will Chamberlain played in the league, you know, Earl of Monroe played in the league. And here I come playing, and I don't score 1 point the entire summer. Really? Not one. How old were you? 11, 10, 11. You're playing against other 10, 11-year-olds? Or you didn't score once, not one. Were you in the game? I was in the game. How did you not score? Because I was terrible. Really? Yeah. That happened. 11 years old. That's awful. I mean, and I had these big knee pads on because I was growing really fast. I had socks all the way up here, and I had like the high top, skinny, like skinny as hell. And I scored not a free throw, not a lucky shot, not a breakaway layup, 0 points. And I remember crying about it, being upset about it. My father just gave me a hug and said, "Listen, whether you score 0 or score 60, I'm going to love you no matter what." Wow. Now that is the most important thing that you can say to a child. Because from there, I was like, okay, it gives me all the confidence in the world to fail. I have the security there. But to hell with that, I'm scoring 60. Let's go. Right. And from there, I just went to work. I stayed with it. I kept practicing. When you're in this culture, in our society, you can do some phenomenal things individually, but they'll never reach their full potential unless you do it collectively. You have to figure out how to do that. The challenge for me is always passion. I think about our 9 things that
Okay. There, we don't need that. All righty, so that's a wrap. We'll see you next week. What are we doing here? Yes, there we go. All right. New share. We're doing this. There we go. Okay, so let's check it out. And I believe that's a wrap. All right. Anybody want to stay longer? Any questions?
Thank you for going over all the assignments with us today.
Oh, well, thank you for being here today. I mean, it's a busy week for all you. Having midterms, kind of crazy. So if you don't get an 85%, do the paper, okay? Want everybody to get a good grade. All righty. So now, we have lots of chats. That's good. I bet you everybody's checking out. This is all good. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Okay. You too. Everybody have a great week. Let's be positive. Yeah, we'll be back.